Howdy everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Michael Bachelor, as Michael Bachelor is one of the most forgotten Sims in the Sims series. You also have, the Roomies, who were pretty forgotten. They were only ever in The Sims 1, and we never saw them again. But with Michael, he is a character who is, he's there. He's not really a main character, but he is related. He is the brother of Bella Goth. He's her brother, but he's not really ever shown all that much in the series, to the point where we don't even know what career this dude ever even worked. He's a very mysterious character, as we only see him at certain points in his life, and there's a big gap where we don't know what happened to him, we don't know what career he worked, we don't know what happened. So, yeah, he's definitely a very interesting sort of character, but unfortunately they didn't really do much with Michael Bachelor in the Sims series. He didn't really do all that much. He was a teenager in The Sims 3, he was an adult in The Sims 1, and in The Sims, Sims 2 he was dead. So, yeah, it was all over the place here. And, in The Sims 4, they completely forgot about Michael, probably because the developers don't know anything about The Sims 2, so they probably completely forgot that he was even a character. But yeah, that's the thing. Michael just, he is a forgotten character. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. Yeah. Alright, so getting started with this, Michael Bachelor makes his first appearance in the Sims 1 base game in the family bin, pretty much. And he is a single sim living by himself. That's why he's got the name Bachelor. And in his description it says, Michael is just out of college and he doesn't know what to do with his life. Can you help Michael succeed? So it says he's just out of college, but if we take into consideration The Sims 3 and his age in The Sims 3 and stuff like that, doesn't really line up very well, but it is what it is, I guess. And that's the thing I find kind of weird about Michael in The Sims 1, is in The Sims 1 he looks younger than Mortimer, but he is older than Mortimer, a fair bit older than Mortimer, even though Mortimer looks older than he does. I don't know, a little bit weird there. Now, Michael in The Sims 1, he doesn't do very much. He's not really got all that much going on. He's a pretty basic dude. He's just kind of average guy. Like, there's nothing really odd about him. There's nothing really going on with him. He doesn't have a house. You have to move him in. And, his personality's got kind of a shit personality for The Sims 1 because, it's very difficult to play as him. But, yeah, there was no sort of, at this point in the game, there was no hint in the game that he was related to Bella. There was nothing in the game that would tell that they were related. So this was only ever shown in The Sims 2 that they were related. They didn't show this in The Sims 1. But, I guess if you put them side by side, they could actually look related in The Sims 1. So it's possible maybe they had it planned from the start. I don't know. He also appeared in The Sims 1 on PS2 and Xbox, where he looks completely different from how he looks on the PC version. What is this character design? What is this character design? So, Michael then reappears in The Sims 2, where he is unfortunately dead. He is dead in The Sims 2, and, he's a ghost. He is, his urn is actually placed, on a table in the Caliente house, and the reason his urn is placed there is because he was married to Dina. He was married to Dina, at some point, I don't know. The memories don't really line up, as the memories state that he had his first kiss with Dina when she would have been a teenager and he would have been an adult. Doesn't really make much sense. Some people take this as him being a creep. I really do not think this was intentional. I really do not think it was intentional to make Michael into a creep out of nowhere. No, I don't think he was creeping on teenage Dina. No, that just seems weird. But, yeah, he met Dina. He married Dina at some point. There's a picture of the wedding. They got married. And one thing I find kind of odd about Michael is his career is never shown. We don't know what career he worked. We don't know what job he had. But when Dina married him in the memories, there's no memory of marrying a rich sim. So maybe he wasn't that rich when she married him, but then you'd think he would be because she's a gold digger. So I don't know, maybe it's a developer oversight. Maybe he actually was meant to be rich. But we don't know what career he worked. Some people think he worked in the science career. I just find this to be kind of boring. Like, what? No. Like, that Mortimer works that career. Why would he work in the science career? Michael, like, no offense to Michael, but he doesn't really seem like that intelligent of a guy. Like, I don't think he'd be working in the science career, man. I don't know. I think they should do something more interesting with him. Maybe he was working in the criminal career. Maybe he was working in the business. We don't know what he was working in. But I just don't think science was what he was working in. And then you have Michael Bachelor in The Sims 3, where he is a teenager. And in his description it says, Michael, the ideal son, has lots of friends at school and loves to be outside playing any sport. Now, Michael here looks nothing like Michael from The Sims 2 or The Sims 1. This dude, I love The Sims 3, but I don't know what they were doing with this design. This looks nothing like Michael Bachelor. This dude looks nothing like him. Also, Michael isn't really an athletic guy. Like, he's in The Sims 1, he's kind of lazy. Like, he's a very lazy guy. He's not active, so I find it kind of weird that they gave him the athletic trait here, since he would later become a pretty lazy dude, a lazy slob of a character. But yeah, he's a teenager at this point. His sister Bella is only a child, so is Mortimer, and that's what I find so weird. Is he's a decent bit older than Mortimer, but him and Mortimer look around. They look a lot closer in age in The Sims 1. But yeah, Michael's just chilling here. He loves the outdoors. He's a schmoozer. He's friendly and of course athletic. And that's about it for Michael. That is it. He only appears in the 1, 2, and 3 of the Sims games. But yeah, Michael is definitely a character that's sort of being left in the background. We never really know what career he worked. There's a big portion of his life that is a mystery, and we never really know what happened. We don't know how he got his money. We don't know if he ever, well, presumably he succeeded in making a decent bit of money because he got with Dina. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what happened to him before, in between the events of The Sims 1 and 2, we don't know what happened. And yeah, it's just kind of interesting here. He's a very mysterious character, Michael. He also has a hidden version of him in The Sims 2 where he's wearing a different outfit, which is a little bit strange. But aside from that, Michael doesn't really have all that much going for him. He's a pretty, average dude. Like, there's nothing weird or odd about him. He's just kind of a guy. He's just kind of a guy. He's just there. And, he's, of course, Bella's brother. And one thing I find kind of funny is that The Sims 4 completely forgot about this dude. Like, if you only ever played The Sims 4, you wouldn't even know that Bella had a brother, because he's not mentioned ever. Not even in the high school years, whatever it was, where you see a young Bella and Mortimer. Once again, Michael is never shown. He is literally never shown in The Sims 4. So, presumably, he doesn't exist in The Sims 4 timeline, which is probably for the best. They'd probably find a way to screw him up. But yeah, I find that kind of weird there. I bet the reason he's not in The Sims 4 is because they would realize that they would have to add him to base game. Because they like adding these characters like Skip Broke and all that. They add them to the packs, so people have to pay for them. They wouldn't just add Michael Bachelor to the base game for free, because they would have to do that. If they were going to put Michael Bachelor in The Sims 4, they'd have to add him to the base game so that he could be connected to Bella on the family tree. So they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that for free. So, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, that's Michael Bachelor.